For the past week, CityNews has been bringing you Cristina Howorun's exclusive investigation into the sex trafficking happening in our communities. It all comes together tonight in the one-hour documentary special VeraCity Fighting Traffic. We'll be chatting with Cristina in a moment, but first, here's a moment from the documentary.
I was trafficked out of this motel for 7 months. You know, to look at it, you wouldn't think anything, but what's going on in these rooms is unbelievable. This room we just passed, I was in that room for months. Oh, I'll never forget this. So these windows, these little windows, are actually the bathroom. This second window, I would stand there and look out that window and watch the girls walking up and down being trafficked, coming from these rooms. And the traffickers standing there watching.
Talk to me about your time in that bathroom.
I saw no way out and I was hopeless. I would sit in this filthy shower, hunched over, hot water pouring on me and a knife, trying to find the courage to kill myself. You become that hopeless. I hurt for the one that was in there, and I hurt for the one that's gonna be in there.
All right, Cristina Howorun joins us now. Cristina, so much to talk about with this documentary, but let's start with this. How prevalent is this in our communities, and who is being trafficked?
So, Erica, sex trafficking and human trafficking is far more prevalent than I think I would have ever imagined. We know that it's happening in hotels and motels and back alleys, but it's also happening in residential homes. It's happening in middle class and upper middle class neighborhoods. And the victims are not what people would typically expect them to be. Overwhelmingly, they're Canadian. Overwhelmingly, they're women. Overwhelmingly, they're young women. So 18 to 24 tends to be the highest proportion of victims. But a lot of these girls, and girls really are involved in this, are really in high school, they are in college and university, and they are lured from their classrooms, from their jobs at fast food restaurants, and from their neighborhoods.
So you spent a lot of time, of course, speaking with survivors of human trafficking. You also spoke with an undercover police officer, which I think a lot of people will be interested to see what that officer has to say. What did you learn that surprised you?
I learned that police cannot have a good handle on this situation. When I was out with Megan Walker and with Caroline, and that's the woman you just saw speaking, we saw so much sex trafficking hidden in plain sight on the streets, women and men coming in and out of shady motel rooms, in hotels that were family hotel rooms. We sat staking out hotels and we could see all of this activity, and police weren't there because police can't truly have a good finger on the pulse of this because it's just so rampant. And while it is in plain sight, it's still hidden. So they really do need to have victims come forward, but police also need much more resources to be devoted to this.
Okay, so that's just a little bit there. There's a lot more. So what can we expect tonight when it airs at 10 p.m. Eastern? I
think that you're gonna expect to be surprised, expect to be shocked to see that it is happening really everywhere, and to see that, and I don't want to be exaggerating here, but truly a lot of girls and young women that are in your community, that are in your classroom, that you're working with, that this could be happening to them, and they could still be showing up at work or in class on Monday morning and then go back to a life of being trafficked by their boyfriends or by somebody that's in organized crime or just somebody they know, because most traffickers are actually people that know their victims prior to this.
It's really quite astonishing. We don't have a lot of time to, of course, talk about this, but it does air tonight. You can see VeraCity Fighting Traffic tonight on Citytv at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't watch it live, don't forget you can set your PVRs or go to citynews.ca tomorrow to stream the entire story. Cristina, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Erica.